I was excited to talk with our new client, Jeromy at EcoPure Carpet Care in Olympia, Washington recently. He just started his new carpet cleaning business and he's only been in business for 2 weeks, but he's already hitting $4,000 a week. So we did a client check-in call last week and I recorded the entire thing. I asked for Jeremy's permission to share some of that call with you here today because I thought a lot of the topics that we covered would be helpful for other carpet cleaners. We talked about things like how to get more Google reviews, how to use House Call Pro's online booking features, how to price your services and upsell, how to get better booking rates on the phone, a lot of stuff that I think would be helpful to people who are in the carpet cleaning business or who are just getting started with carpet cleaning. One thing to keep in mind though, Jeremy's an experienced business owner. He's actually owned a carpet cleaning business in the past. So this is not his first rodeo. This is the second time he's started a carpet cleaning business. And this time he's going to scale it up a lot quicker. Like I said, he's already hitting $4,000 a week and he's only been doing this for about 2 weeks now. So anyways, check out this recording of our client check-in call. I think it'll be valuable for you. If you have questions, leave them in the comments. I'm Reuben at BookCleaningJobs.com. If you need our help, head over to our website, request time to speak with us. We'd be happy to talk with you about your cleaning business and your specific goals.
So I know we wanted to talk about a couple of things, phone scripting to try to hit some solid close rates to help you get a really good ROI on the leads that are coming in for you. I think we wanted to talk about House Call Pro review process, review automation as well. And then what else?
Online booking.
And then online booking too, right?
Yep.
Cool. Okay. And then it's Sean, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Cool. Nice to meet you. I'm Reuben. This is Kelly. I'm sure Jeremy's filled you in, but we're the folks helping with marketing, with Google, bring in leads, try to get the phone to ring for you. So our goal at this point is to help you guys get the best ROI possible on those leads. Just to give you a couple of numbers that we shoot for. Whenever we work with a carpet cleaning company, we are always hoping that you'll be able to book at least 40% of the leads into a paid job, the leads and the phone calls. Somewhere between 40 to 60% is our goal. 40 is the starting number. And if you can get up to 50 or 60%, even better. If you're hitting a lot higher than that, if you're closing 80, 90% of the leads, then it's probably time to raise your prices. So just as you get better at this, something to keep in mind. You don't want to hit 90% booking rates is too high. The other number that we really care about is your average ticket. We always want to see that your average ticket on these jobs is $300 or more. If we're not quite hitting 300, we could coach you on pricing or upsells or some way to help you get there. If you're over 300 already, then you're in good shape.
We're sitting at 225 right now, so we're not quite there yet. But that's, yeah, a lot of that's just explainable by the first couple of week startup. I think that's we should be, I would suspect in the next week or so, that should average out to around 250. We still got a little work to do to get that up to the 300 average, I suspect.
Okay, cool. It's usually just a couple of small tweaks that need to happen in order to hit the $300 average ticket. Usually it's something about the pricing, the minimum, but then also, so if you have a $100 minimum, for instance, it's going to drag your average ticket down. If you have a $200 minimum, a much higher average. The other one is having not so much an upsell, but a more premium package that is really easy for your best customer to say yes to. If you go through, there's a course on our portal. There's a section of that course that talks about specials, pricing, and I talked about something called the whole home cleaning special. You're not literally going to clean people's entire house with the special. It's just called that. But we did, at my company anyways, we did 4 rooms, 1 hallway, 1 staircase. This was 10 years ago. So we did it for $250. I would do that package for at least 300 now, if not 350. Depending on the area, I think you get 300, 350 for that easily. The idea of that package is your ideal customer is not someone who calls in and has 1 or 2 rooms of carpet. You'll take those jobs, I'm sure, but ideally we're getting people who have a whole house full of carpet. And if you can get in there and do the whole house and make $500, $600, $700, then that would be even better. And those customers are much more likely to call you back every year, to refer you to their friends, leave you reviews. The whole home cleaning package is really built for those people. The way that I differentiate the whole home cleaning package is I usually make it a more premium package by offering fabric protector, carpet protector. So with that package, you get the 4 rooms, 1 hallway, 1 staircase. We include the stain protector with it, which will help keep your carpets in better shape. Anybody who's in a bigger suburban house, like we live in a new build neighborhood, all of our neighbors would be perfect candidates for this. Everybody here has carpet up the stairs, carpet in the hallway, carpet in all 3 or 4 of the bedrooms. This special is tailor-made for a house like ours and like our neighbors. If you get onto our neighborhood, then we would say yes to this special all day long. And your average ticket's going to go through the roof as soon as you start getting a couple of people to just say yes to this. So with the whole home cleaning special, the goal is, if you were going to try this special out, when you're on the phone with people and they're saying, I have 3 rooms and a hallway and a staircase, that's your trigger. Or if they say, I have 4 rooms and a staircase, that's your trigger. You should immediately think, oh, you know what? That's actually a really good fit for our whole home cleaning special. If you have 4 rooms and a staircase, and then you have a hallway somewhere in there, if we could throw in a hallway too. Or you say, so you got 3 rooms, a staircase, and a hallway. Do you have a 4th room? Because we have a whole home cleaning package that will be 4 rooms, a hallway, and staircase. That's your opportunity to upsell that package, and that'll help you get that average ticket up higher.
I will say I was answering the phones for Reuben when he developed this package, and it was really tough for me to put it out there.
Were you nervous too?
I was nervous too. I thought people would get mad, and they all were like, no, that sounds great. Let's do that.
Yeah.
It felt like it was really hard to sell, and it just really wasn't.
It wasn't at all. Yeah. So that's helped us. That's something that you might want to think about if you notice that your average ticket's not going up as quick as you want. That special, we've specifically coached a bunch of carpet cleaners on that special, and they've used it and it's worked for them. So that's the easy button if you want to try it.
Excellent. Thank you. I also noticed that sometimes people forget about the rooms they have in their house. I've been tagging on more closets or like hallways because a lot of people forget about it until I mention it.
Yeah.
That's also something we need to work with our guys on, in that customers will, if we, like, we've been 2 weeks now and not a single one of our customers has added on an additional room, then we've either done rooms for free or we just left money sitting on the table, because we should almost every single day have a customer say, I forgot to mention I also have this room. Or we could, if we were doing our walkthrough and paying attention, we should see additional things that need to be cleaned. Those are things that we should be adding on. That's one of the things that we just need to coach the guys on. That you're not going to catch every additional area, because like you mentioned, customers just forget that how many rooms they actually have. But we need to be getting, those are the add-ons that should be an absolute no-brainer. That's where the ticket might go out at an average of $225, but should always, just based on that, should always come back at a higher price. And currently it's not. That we need to train the guys on. But I do think that having a premium package is a good idea. My only concern with the premium package right now is that especially in our local market, is really environmentally conscious, and carpet protectors have a horribly bad rap at the moment.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. I didn't have to deal with that much back when we were doing it in Wisconsin, especially. I don't think anybody really cared. There's better products out there, but they're more expensive.
Yeah, and so we went with the new Scotchgard water-based formula. It's supposed to be PFAS-free. The downside to it, as far as selling this to our customers that are environmentally conscious or health conscious in this respect, is that it's still hidden behind a proprietary patent. And so we have no idea what's actually in Scotchgard now, because it's a proprietary formula that they never disclose. So the only reason we know about PFAS is because of years of litigation that led to that being disclosed. So there's no, just because it's labeled as being safer, I'm not sure it's going to make it any easier for us to sell it because of that hidden feature about it.
Yeah.
Do you do like a deodorizer or anything?
We do offer deodorizer. And in fact, that's one area where I think we're going to get most of our upsells is going to be pet odor treatments, because almost every customer that we've had so far has had dogs. And dogs are my dream when it comes to pet odor treatment, because it's so much easier to clean out dog smells versus cat smells.
You are not kidding. The cat urine was always so bad. It was just like so potent.
Yep. And so far, we've been getting a lot of requests for odor treatments. We haven't fully been capitalizing on what we should be charging extra on that. I think a lot of people have slipped through and taken advantage of how new my guys are and gotten some free odor treatments. But definitely the odor treatments is something that we could build a package that includes that. And that be like our premium whole home pet package.
Yeah. No, I think that's great. That's a really good idea. And you could definitely charge more for that then.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Those are all good things then. I had a thought that I was going to share and I freaking lost it. It was about it'll come back to me. Okay. So on the phone, I know what it was. Are you guys doing a walkthrough inspection when you get there? All right.
Absolutely.
During that walkthrough, that is always the time where if we're walking by a room that's carpeted and we're not cleaning it, just all you have to do is just point at it.
Yep.
Hey, we're doing this one. Are we doing this one? And I found that a lot of times we would book a 3-room job, and then my technicians would end up bringing up a 5-room job in a hallway. It's literally just pointing out those spaces once you get in there, and the customers will usually say, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Go ahead and add that in. And you just have to give them the price again before you get started to make sure they're good with it. And then it's all good after that. Though I wouldn't leave any of that money on the table because it'll help get that average ticket up and improve your ROI even more. Okay. On the phone, are you dealing with any particular objections or anything that is preventing people from booking?
No. I think the only things that I've come across are examples like area rugs. And there's been a couple times where people have said they want to make other calls. They want calls to other people. And there's been one instance where an individual wanted me to match a price with Stanley Steamer.
Okay.
But usually if I get them on the phone, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. I can close that. That's easy because they're more inquisitive. The issue is the leads that I get are throughout the day. If I email them or if I quote them through an email, I don't know if I hear back from them or not. If I'm on the phone with them, it's easier to close. It's like as soon as I get to the point where I have to shoot them an email, I don't even know the percentage. It could be just 50-50 if I'm going to hear back or not.
Okay. We had pretty good luck with emails when we were sending them out. And what I typically recommend is every single quote, if you can, do an email and a phone call. If it comes in by phone, then just handle it on the phone. But if you get those people who say, I want to call around and get a few more quotes, ask them, hey, do you mind if you want to give me your email address? I'll send you a copy of this by email, and then you'll have it in your inbox. So when you get those other quotes, if you want to call us back, you'll have all the info. The other thing you can do then is when you send them that quote, include a link to your online booking, because a lot of people will say they're going to get other quotes. They'll go to call the next company won't answer. They'll go to call the next company will not sound very professional when they answer the phone, and their quote it'll sound sketchy. And then they'll go, you know what? I talked to Jeromy and Sean. And they sent me that email. So I would send that email out to every single person that you can and include the online booking link along with the quote. Say, thanks for requesting a quote. Here's what you needed. Here's the price. Here's what's included. Here's where to book it. Let me know if you have any questions. Just as a habit, I would send that to every single person. And I think you'll notice that you'll end up getting a lot more bookings from those emails than you might expect. We crushed it with email quotes, mostly because I think we encouraged them to book online, and we just included all the info they needed right there in the email. And nobody else was doing that. Our competitors were definitely not doing that.
Okay. No, that's good to know. Yeah, because I'll try and include like the service, like what the service and method is and everything. It's just usually with the emails that, or I'll just get a lead and then I just can't connect with them.
Calling them.
I just won't hear back. Calling them, I'll usually call twice a day, one in the morning, one in the afternoon, and then I'll wait a couple days just so I'm not hounding them, and then I'll call back. But I'll definitely email them the same day they ask for a quote, and then I check in with them.
Okay.
And
that's a good
sometimes
system.
I'll get, yeah.
The only thing I would do is make sure that your initial phone call and your initial email happen within 5 minutes of getting the lead. As long as that's happening, then I think you're doing everything right. If you're still not making contact with people, that'll happen sometimes, but it shouldn't be happening like 50% of the time or anything like that. You should be hearing back from a solid number of these leads. And like I said, 40 to 60% should be booking with you ultimately.
Right. Yeah. The leads, I mean, from specifically Google's local service ads, we'll get that email.
Mhm.
And then it came in overnight or over the weekend. And then I'll just immediately follow up as soon as I get it.
Yep. Yeah, if it's overnight or on the weekend, that's fine to let it go till Monday. I actually ended up taking weekend calls because we got so many calls over the weekend that if we didn't call people back, we would miss the job. And if we needed to fill our schedule, I would just start taking calls on the weekends just because I felt like we had to do it. You could use AI to help with it now if you wanted to. You could use what's called a missed call text back. You could handle the calls by text message, try to move them to a text message. Those are all things you might want to do on the weekends. But I do notice across the board for our clients, a lot of people get leads on the weekends. And so did we. And I think that's just because people are busy working, taking the kids to baseball during the week, and they just sometimes don't get to it till Saturday or Sunday. They don't always expect you to reach back out to them right away. But if you do, you'll surprise the hell out of them. And if they're ready to book, they'll just book with you. I always found waiting till Monday would lower our booking rates. When we were busy though, when we were booked up for the next 3-4 weeks, man, I would just take my weekends off. I didn't bother returning the calls until Monday.
So my thought on that is twofold. One is that I think just simply having an option for them to be able to book on Saturday should help catch at least some of those. So having our online booking tied to the website. The other thought I had is having an auto reply email for leads that lets them know that it's after hours. We'll reach back out on Monday, but if they're ready to book, they can go ahead and use our online booking and have a link back to the online booking.
We have an auto reply email that goes out to everybody after they request a quote. All we need to do is add your booking link into that email.
Awesome.
We'll be golden.
The other thing we did was in our voicemail greeting, we told them if they wanted to book to go ahead and go to our website and book there.
Yeah.
So we need to get that all dialed in on our website as well, the booking link, and make that. Sean's got all the links for that he can send over.
Cool. Yeah, we'll get it on your site right away. We know how to put it in the right places so that people will actually fill out. A lot of times what will happen is people will fill out the form first and then they'll book online. You'll see the form come in and then a booking right away. So hopefully we'll see a bunch of that.
Have you?
What else? No, go ahead.
No, in House Call Pro, it has that chat bubble option. What are your thoughts on that?
I like our chat widget better. Our chat widget is automated. It collects the lead for you without any human intervention. And then it drops the lead into the CRM alongside all your other leads. We found probably a third of the leads that we get coming through the chat widget that we set up. House Call Pro's widget works okay. We've just had better luck with ours. And we've tested 3 or 4 widgets over the years.
Because I'd rather not do the chat bubble because I feel like it would be more efficient to do something else. Is the chat widget that you have on our site, is that the one you're talking about?
It's automated. Yep. So if someone clicks and says they want a quote, it just asks for their name, phone number, email address, and what do you need cleaned. And then it sends you that information just like they fill it out a lead form. Much, much easier than chat.
Yeah, and it also allows me the chance to actually communicate with them over the phone, which is like I mentioned before, it's easier for me to close the deal once I'm there because I can fill them in with information that they probably didn't even know that they wanted.
Yep. So we typically use the lead forms, the chat widget, click to call buttons, and then if you have online booking, we'll use the online booking too. But we try to get people to fill out the form first, just because we see that what usually happens is if you push online booking and you try to get everyone to book online, your conversion rates will plummet. This just happened for a cleaner that we were working with in Jackson, Tennessee. He noticed that a lot of people were going and pricing the jobs out on his booking portal and then not booking it ultimately. So he ended up after, I think we've been working together almost a year, he just pulled his online booking down when he doesn't let people book until after they filled out the form. But we have clients that do it the other way too. And so what I want to do for you guys is test it, see how it works for you. And then if we're having any kind of a problem, like people are no longer filling out the form on the site and you're not getting bookings, then we'll switch it up.
Yeah. And it'll be a middle ground where we're still telling them to fill out the form or call. But here's also this other option you have, not a full book online.
Yeah. We don't want everyone to book online.
No, and I don't think they would. But like Jeromy said, catching any of the leads over the weekend or being able to communicate with them over the weekend would be, it's worth it.
Yeah. We got the automations in place, so that will help. Let's add the booking link in there. All right. What else can we help you with?
So the online booking, the reviews. Are you guys still replying to the reviews?
Yep, we go in once a week and do those.
Okay. Yeah, I saw one that we had one. I think it was 5 days ago was our last one. And I hadn't replied to it because I was under the impression you guys were still doing that follow up on those. So we'll just go ahead and leave them and let you guys follow up so we're not stomping on each other's toes there. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, we'll get to it. We do it once a week. Sometimes we get to it more than that. But right now, I think we have a lot of reviews coming in. A couple of our clients have been doing a review campaign, and one guy in Kansas has gotten, I don't even know, 50 reviews in the last 2 weeks. It's been pretty crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need to get our reviews up so that one bad actor doesn't come along and tank our reviews. Because we actually had one last week that took us for a ride and got $400 in cleaning for free, holding us hostage that we either give them their money back and walk away or they're going to kill us on reviews.
Dude, that drives me nuts. I cannot stand that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Better to refund the money than to fight that one out.
It's too early on your reviews. Yeah. If you have 300 reviews, I would tell her to kick rocks.
Yeah. But 5 reviews, no, we're not ready for that yet.
Yeah. No,
And I have a follow-up question on those email reviews. I know House Call sends out
Yeah.
an automated email. It also offers that option as a 7 days after to send another automated review. Is it worth putting together another review email, I guess, with like links or something to saying, hey, thank you. If you haven't already, here's the links to like some reviews, or just to be able, just as a reminder?
I think it's worth it. As long as I would deliver the review request by text message at the time the job is finished. And then if you want to follow up a week later, I think text message or email is fine. Email is less intrusive, but the text message that you send out right when the job is finished, that should get you most of your reviews. Because like we were saying, Jeromy, the other day, that's the highest point of satisfaction for your customers. They're thrilled about their carpets, they're thrilled about the service, and they're happy to leave you a review right as you're leaving the house. So that's the best time to ask for it.
And that's a setting in House Call Pro, correct?
Yeah, the review text message function, I think you have to register for text messages through House Call now. So if we haven't done that yet, we're going to do it. And then
Yeah, we did.
it sends out the review request when you hit job finished. So as long as the technicians are in the habit of hitting job finished right there, like as they're leaving the house, before the door even shuts, the front door even shuts, that's when they should be hitting the job finished button. And I always told my technicians to say something to the customer. Hey, you're going to get a text message right now asking you to leave a review. If you loved the service today, leave us 5 stars. Thanks for having us. Bye. That's it.
No, I see it. I see the job finished text right there, and I can include like a link for a review and everything there. Okay, no, that's great. I have
Just
that on
make sure that
set.
you do your Google review link. You don't want House Call reviews unless you have to.
Yeah, they might force you to get the House Call Pro reviews now, but if you can do all Google reviews, that's what I would prefer.
So House Call does force you. So what it is that if they have a Gmail address, apparently it'll send them to 50% of the time, it'll send it to Google or House Call. But if they have a Yahoo or one of those email addresses, I guess they send it to House Call Pro.
This might help. Have we sent any of these out yet? Okay, we might have to order some more of these. This is a tap to review card. So if House Call is bringing too many House Call Pro reviews and not enough Google reviews, all you do is you take this card, put it against the person's phone, and it will pull up the review form on their phone. It's an NFC card. So we program it with your review link on Google, give one to your technician, have them hold it against the customer's phone, and then they can leave a Google review. Every single person will get a Google review then.
That would be awesome.
That would be outstanding.
We'll get them to you. Yeah, we'll get them.
Awesome.
Like I said, we might have to order some more because I think we were getting low, but we'll get them to you.
Awesome. So we'll need 2 of those, one for each fan.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
and
I found the tap to review cards, I think, work even better these days. The text messages are great, and we had a ton of success with those. This didn't exist when we were cleaning carpets. Otherwise, I would have been using that.
Yeah, it also gives the technician a lot of control over making sure that we are upping our chance of getting the reviews from the really happy customers.
Yes. And you could just not mention it to the people who are in a bad mood that day.
So I do have on our end, I have online booking and everything set up. I have the price order forms and all of those already going. I also have the windows, the booking windows and all of that set up. I think it's all good to go. It just needs to sync with Google and just needs to be turned on.
Do you have it pulled up on your screen right now?
I can.
I was going to say, you could share the screen and we could look at it really quick. And then on the online booking, there's a feature called an online booking redirect. We're going to want to use that feature, and I'll send you a URL that you can put into that field. It's going to be yourwebsite.com/confirmation. And that's where we're going to send people after they book an appointment online. There'll be a confirmation page that just says, thanks for booking an appointment. You'll receive a confirmation email. We look forward to seeing you. And the reason I need to do that is so that we can track it on Google Ads. I want to be able to track anyone who books online.
Okay, where was that? Oh, it was online booking redirect.
Share your screen, Sean, so that we can see what you're looking at.
Okay.
Yep, that's it. So booking redirect. If we could type in, it's EcoPureOlympia.com, right?
Yep, correct.
Confirmation. And then we'll build a confirmation page at that URL. Yep, you can hit save. And okay, cool. Then we'll be able to track online bookings. And then all you need to do is send us the booking page link that's right in the
Mhm.
middle there. And we can add this booking page to your website. We'll add it in a couple different places.
Okay, yeah, I have it on a Word doc. I copied this guy up here, then I
Mhm.
copied this booking link. We got a call.
Just ignore it.
Okay. Did you need these two?
Yeah, send me both of them.
Okay, I'll send them both.
That should be all I need.
Okay.
Is Google. If you go right under booking page where it says Google, so
Yep.
you can add this directly onto your Google business profile.
Yep.
Yeah, I hit that, and then I think it was like 2 weeks ago, and I went, no, turn that off because I saw it on the Google search.
I would
Like-
turn it back on. Yeah, if your booking's ready to go, I would turn it back on because
Yeah.
a lot of people will click from your map listing straight to the booking page.
Okay.
So it's a useful feature. And then also, this should connect to Google local services ads and
does.
give people a way to book through there.
It does. Yeah,
Cool.
that's why I noped out of there as quickly as possible when I saw it, because I was like, no, not ready.
So
Yeah.
let's go ahead and toggle that on. And then can we take a look at I'm assuming that our price list needs to be structured a very specific way for the customer to be able to self-service. Do you mind taking a look at our price list to make sure that it's set up in a way that is going to work for the customer? Because, for example, if they're booking a three rooms, 2 or 3 rooms, the additional rooms are are 75. But if they booked a 5-room package, additional rooms beyond 5 rooms are like 65.
Yeah. So you did 1 room, 2 room, 3 room, 4. Okay. I think
Yeah,
this
so
makes
so how do we make it to where if they book it like if they book 3 rooms, now we have
So
a
they're-
3-room package at $225, so they add a 4th room to it. How do we make it to where it's showing the $75 and not the $60?
what you
additional
want to
room?
do is instead of having an item for additional rooms, just have a separate item for 1 room, 2 rooms, 3 rooms, 4 rooms, 5 rooms, 6 rooms, 7
Okay.
rooms. It's going to look like a lot. I would only go up to maybe 7 or 8 rooms. I don't think you need to go any further than that, but I would just itemize all of it. So that way, if anyone looks at this list, they'll know that they're not supposed to choose 1 room and then add multiple quantities. They'll understand that they're supposed to choose how many rooms they have.
Perfect. And since we do stairs by the stair each, then they can just enter that quantity and
Yes, and on the stairs-
that doesn't change based upon how many rooms.
On the stairs, though, in the description, I would
Mhm.
write what an average staircase costs.
Perfect.
So if it's
Okay.
yeah, if it's average 60 to 70 bucks, I would write that in there just so people understand, because most people don't know that they have usually 12 to 15 steps of
Yeah.
staircase.
The way I'd word that, Sean, is the average staircase is 13 steps, which would be $75.
Okay. So I'm
Same
not
as
gonna
a room.
Yeah, I'm not gonna turn on online booking yet. After going over what we just said, I want to be able to go through these price
Okay.
price checks and put the rooms itemized, the stair description. So just
Yeah, you should be good after that. The rest of this looks good.
And then I would just say, as the person that did the booking, make sure you review every online booking as it comes through
Yeah.
and let them know ahead of time, confirming the price.
Yeah, sometimes people book something that looks a little funky and you just have to just go, oh, actually, it would be this price. Here's what's included. Most people are cool with it.
okay. Yeah, I just want to be able to go through those forms and redo that.
Yeah, this looks great. You guys have already knocked it out of the park here. Most people get stuck on this and they're like, they don't even know what to enter in here. Oh, the other thing I would do is add photos.
Oh,
can
for
do the-
each one of these services,
Oh.
yeah, definitely. Let's do that.
Yeah, it can be the same picture over and over again. So
Yeah,
you can use the same picture for room, but I would definitely add a photo for every single service.
Makes it more tangible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll make your booking portal look a lot nicer. I've
Yeah.
just noticed that our clients that have it fully filled out like that, it looks way better.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to turn on online booking yet until I get
Yep.
get it
That's
tightened up. Do you guys have a Dropbox for videos or photos or any of that? If you guys can send that
Mhm.
over that we need, or for us to send to you.
Yeah.
The other was templates. Oh, review email templates.
Yeah. We have a review email template in our CRM. We could grab the text from that and send it over to you, or we can just show you where to find it inside the CRM.
Okay.
I haven't even
other-
explored your CRM yet. So there's
Yeah,
templates
there's a
and
bunch
stuff
more.
like that might be useful to us even if we're not utilizing CRM.
Yeah, there's review requests. There's all kinds of stuff in there.
Okay, maybe I'll explore a little more as well.
Google Drive is what we use for
Okay.
viewers and photos. We'll send you a link to the folder that we have for you, and you can just upload stuff there. Or anytime you want, if it's easier, you can text it, email it, and we will put it in the Drive ourselves.
Okay.
Yeah, we're flexible.
Awesome.
We're a little bit tech savvy, so I think dropping it into Google Drive is probably going to be the easiest, especially for the size and volume of the files that we're probably going to be sending your way.
Cool.
Mhm.
That works.
We're
We're
going to
just
bury
excited
you.
to get from you. We'll take it
Yeah.
whatever way you want to give it to us.
Yeah, we're always excited to get photos and videos because a lot of people launch and all they have is stock photos. And then 6 months later, they still have stock photos. And we're like, come on, guys, get your phone out of your pocket. Take a picture.
Yeah, the
Absolutely.
dudes are super stoked when I ask them for action shots and shit like that. So,
They'll get used to it.
they're
My
so
technicians,
thrilled.
like, they always hated being on video. And I had one guy that never wanted to do it. And I had another guy that was like, absolutely, I'll be on video. Let's do it.
Nah, they're pretty good at it though. I think that was it. Other things I can just go ahead and email you about. But it was really the reviews and just how House Call handles that. But being able to send those response emails and then the text. I forgot all about it. And is there a specific link that I should put in that text to link to just the Google form itself, just the review itself?
I'll send that over for you.
Actually, what you can do is ecopureolympia.com/review. And if we don't have that redirect set up yet, Kelly, we'll make it in a few minutes here. Then you'll have a nice branded URL, ecopureolympia.com/review. That'll link to your Google review form.
That would be awesome. And yeah, and I'll send those other things over. Thanks for deciding that chat bubble for me. I was going for or against. I'm not a fan of how House Call Pro handles any sort of real-time like interaction. It's
Yeah.
awful. And so,
Really?
oh yeah, it's bad.
It's not really their fault, though. This is
No.
technological changes in the telecom industry. They make it as difficult as possible to use technologies like bots and auto replies and anything that's being
Yeah.
handled automated.
All of the text messages, the stuff has been, the last 2 years has been a huge pain in the ass with registering for A2P compliance and all that stuff. It's been a nightmare.
Yeah, this would be the workspace that it would show up as. And the
Okay.
response is horrific. I have to refresh and it takes longer than any other part of House Call Pro to load. So just
Huh.
imagine trying to communicate with somebody.
How is the customer getting to this place in House Call? I don't really understand how that works. We can text them directly from the phone feed. So how do they
Right.
end up here? Because they're not
So-
looking at a dashboard of House Call.
You're right. This is taking much longer, I think, because of just sharing.
Look.
But from here, the customer will get our text from, say, our text here. George is coming. They get the text reminder in the morning that they're actually coming. They'll also receive a text from House Call Pro when they're on their way. That's what shows here. But in the chat bubble, this would be the area that I would communicate with them in, and it just
Yeah.
it
We had something similar.
lags a bit.
There's something similar inside of our CRM. There's no lag to it. You can access it from the app or from the website. And you can text message, email, and you'll see your phone call history all in the same thread. So I like our CRM a little better for this kind of one-to-one communication because you can track all of those communications in one window inside of the CRM and it's super fast.
Yeah, it's just there's no reason for this.
Mhm.
I didn't like this. They have our phone number, which I text them from. This is really just the House Call Pros like texting them saying like their drivers on their way, that sort of thing. But this would also be just a text sending the job is finished, please review, that sort of thing. But that's
You know what
where
this is useful for though? And now I'm remembering our technicians in the field would have access to House Call Pro on the iPad.
Yep.
And they would communicate with clients sometimes through this channel. If they were to be late to a job or if they were going to be 15 minutes early or something, this is where they would message the customer because I didn't want my technicians to be directly texting from their phones to my customers. I wanted it to happen in here.
they absolutely can. I get dings from this House Call Pro on my phone, and I'm able to text them through House Call on this app, and it shows from this number.
Yeah, but
Cool.
the tech should not be using their personal phones for anything work related. This should all be done on the tablet.
A lot
Our
of reasons,
customer
yeah.
information, our CRM should never be on a personal phone.
Yeah. I had technicians that I'm pretty sure I had guys that were doing side work, but I also had technicians that would every once in a while get a technician that would flirt with customers. And you don't want those communications happening on your work
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
We are coming up on a hard stop. We have another
Oh,
meeting.
yeah,
coming
we
up,
do.
so-
Yeah. What else can we do then? What can we
Oh,
do?
I wanted to, since I forgot yesterday, I wanted to say thank you for the job that we're actually looking at right here. Premier, that was a referral from you guys.
Yeah,
Cool.
thank you.
It was a small job, but any job counts, and we really appreciated it.
Yeah,
I hoped
definitely.
it wasn't going to be too small, and I really hoped it wouldn't be a pain in the ass client. But my friend texted me, and I was like, "Yeah, we actually do know somebody in Olympia. I'll send you his info."
It was
Yeah,
a
no.
150 minimum. It was just
Yeah.
a single room, so it wasn't great. But at the same time, we were in and out. It was ready for us to clean when we got there. There was minimum jobs are fine. There's no problem there.
She will, if she has more work in the Olympia area, she'll probably continue to refer it to you. She likes to build relationships with other local businesses. So if you want a relationship with a restoration company, she might be a good contact to have.
Absolutely. Yeah, we definitely will have requests for those services, and we have no intentions of offering restoration, especially if we could do extractions and then hand it over. That would be just beautiful.
Okay, cool. If anything else comes up, send us a message. Would it be helpful if we send you the recording from this call?
Absolutely. Thank you.
Okay, cool. We'll do that. And then we have a whole bunch of notes here. So we will get to work on all these to-do items right after this. Give us a few minutes on the review link and the confirmation page, and we'll have those live today. They won't be live in the next 5 minutes, though, but it'll be today.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Of course. All right. We'll talk to you guys
Thank you.
soon.
Big.
All right, that's it for this recording. If you have questions, leave them in the comments. If this video was helpful, hit like. And if you want to grow your cleaning business, hit subscribe. Jeromy and EcoPure Carpet Care are on the growth plan here at Book Cleaning Jobs. If you have big goals for your cleaning business, you want to scale up this year, or hire more employees, or put more trucks on the road, we'd be happy to help you come up with a plan to do it. Our growth plan has helped carpet cleaners across the United States do it for the last 3 years, and I'd be happy to help you do it next. Head over to bookcleaningjobs.com, request time to speak with us, and I'll talk with you later.